Daily English Lab, the podcast where real conversations help you speak real English. Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Daily English Lab. I'm Lily.
And I'm Henry. And today we're talking about one of the most common questions in English, and somehow also one of the hardest. Tell me about yourself.
5 simple words, and somehow they can make your brain completely freeze.
It's true. People can speak fluently about movies, food, even politics, but ask them to talk about themselves, and suddenly it's just silence.
Or the opposite, too much information. My name is, I was born in, I have 2 brothers, I like pizza.
All true facts, but not really an answer.
Exactly. So today, we're going to fix that. Real phrases, real structure. And by the end, you'll have your own answer ready.
Lily, why do you think this question feels so difficult? It's not even a complicated question.
I think it's because it's too open. There's no limit. You could talk about your job, your family, your hobbies, your personality, your past, your future.
Too many doors, and you don't know which one to open first.
Exactly. And when there are too many options, your brain just shuts down a little.
I remember the first time I had a job interview in English. They said, "So, tell me about yourself." And I just said, I'm Henry.
That's it?
That was it. Then a long silence. Then I said, I like computers.
A very strong start.
Very professional. They probably wrote down limited vocabulary immediately.
But that's the thing. It wasn't a vocabulary problem. You knew the words computers, job, experience. The problem was structure. You didn't have a path to follow.
That's true. I had the words. I just didn't know which order to put them in or where to stop.
And that's exactly what we're fixing today. Not vocabulary, structure. So here's the secret. A good tell me about yourself answer usually has 3 parts: present, past, future.
Present, past, future. Like a little timeline.
Exactly. Present, who you are right now. Past, a little bit about your background. Future, where you're going or what you want.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Present, I'm currently working as a marketing assistant in Casablanca. Past, I studied business administration, and before this job, I worked for 2 years in customer service. Future, right now, I'm looking to grow into a role with more responsibility, ideally in digital marketing.
That's clean. 3 sentences, and I already know a lot about you.
That's the goal. Not your whole life story, just a clear snapshot.
What about for someone who isn't in a job interview? Like just meeting new people?
Same structure, just lighter. Present, I'm a student studying graphic design. Past, I grew up in a small town, but I moved here a few years ago. Future, I'm hoping to eventually work for a creative agency.
So the structure works everywhere. Interviews, networking, even just chatting with someone new.
Exactly. Once you have the skeleton, you can fill it with whatever fits the moment. So here's the secret. A good tell me about yourself answer usually has 3 parts: present, past, future.
Present, past, future. Like a little timeline.
Exactly. Present, who you are right now. Past, a little bit about your background. Future, where you're going or what you want.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Present, I'm currently working as a marketing assistant in Casablanca. Past, I studied business administration, and before this job, I worked for 2 years in customer service. Future. Right now, I'm looking to grow into a role with more responsibility, ideally in digital marketing.
That's clean. 3 sentences, and I already know a lot about you.
That's the goal. Not your whole life story, just a clear snapshot.
What about for someone who isn't in a job interview? Like, just meeting new people.
Same structure, just lighter. Present. I'm a student studying graphic design. Past. I grew up in a small town, but I moved here a few years ago. Future. I'm hoping to eventually work for a creative agency.
So the structure works everywhere. Interviews, networking, even just chatting with someone new.
Exactly. Once you have the skeleton, you can fill it with whatever fits the moment.
Let's start with the present part. What are some useful phrases?
Currently I'm is a great opener. Currently I'm working as a teacher. Or currently I'm based in Rabat.
Based in sounds very professional.
It does. It's better than just saying I live in. It sounds a little more polished, especially for work contexts.
What else?
I work in the field of. This is useful when your job title is complicated or hard to translate. You can say, I work in the field of healthcare, even if your exact title is long.
That's smart. Instead of getting stuck on one specific word, you give the general idea.
Exactly. And one more. My main focus right now is, this works for both jobs and personal goals. My main focus right now is improving my English.
That's a good one for us, specifically.
Very good one. Now for the past section. This is where people often make a mistake.
What mistake?
They give too much detail. Every school, every job, every year.
I did this in interviews. I went to elementary school here, then middle school there, then...
Nobody needs your full education history. Pick the relevant part.
So what should we say instead?
I have a background in. This is perfect. It summarizes years of experience in one phrase. I have a background in finance.
Clean and fast.
Another one. Before this, useful for transitions. Before this, I worked in retail for 3 years.
And what if your past is a bit complicated, like multiple jobs or changes?
Then you can say, I've had a varied path, or my background is a mix of. This signals that your path wasn't a straight line without needing to explain every detail.
That's reassuring. Not everyone has one clean career path.
Almost nobody does. And that's completely fine in English too.
Now the future part. This always feels a bit scary to me, like I have to know exactly what I want.
You don't. That's a myth. You can sound confident without having every answer.
How?
I'm looking to is flexible and doesn't promise anything specific. I'm looking to develop my skills in project management.
That sounds intentional without being too specific.
Exactly. Another good one. Long-term, my goal is to. This works even if your long-term goal is a bit general. Long-term, my goal is to work internationally.
And if someone genuinely doesn't know what they want yet?
Then you can say, I'm still exploring different paths, but I know I want to. And then add one thing you're sure about. Like, but I know I want to keep learning.
That sounds honest, not weak.
It is honest. And honesty, said with confidence, always sounds stronger than a fake perfect plan. Dear learner, maybe this question has scared you before. Maybe you've frozen in an interview or gone blank meeting someone new.
That happens to almost everyone, even in their first language.
It's true. But now you have a map. Present, past, future. 3 short parts. You don't need to memorize a speech.
You just need the structure, and then you can fill it with your own real details.
Exactly. Your story is already interesting. You just need a clear way to tell it.
Let's build a full answer together, step by step.
Okay, let's say this is for a casual situation. Meeting someone at an event.
Present first.
Currently, I'm working as a graphic designer for a small agency here in the city.
Past.
I have a background in fine arts. I studied painting, actually, before moving into digital design.
Interesting. Future.
Right now, I'm looking to build more experience with branding projects, since that's the direction I want to grow in.
That's a full, natural answer. Maybe 20 seconds long.
And it tells a real story. Painting to digital design to branding. That's a path.
Let me try one for a job interview this time.
Go ahead.
Currently, I'm working as a customer support specialist, mainly handling technical issues for clients. Before this, I had a background in retail, which actually taught me a lot about communication under pressure. Long term, my goal is to move into a role focused on training and onboarding new team members.
That was excellent, Henry.
A few years ago, that would have been, I'm Henry, I like computers.
Look how far that sentence has come.
Structure really does change everything.
Let's take today's most useful phrases into the word tour.
Our first phrase is background in. Background in, background in, background in. It means you have experience or education in a certain area. You could say, I have a background in marketing. Or, my background is in teaching, but I moved into translation later.
Our next phrase is based in. Based in, based in, based in. It means the location where you currently live or work. You could say, I'm based in Marrakesh. Or, our team is based in 3 different countries.
Our next phrase is looking to.
Looking to, looking to, looking to. It expresses a goal you're currently working toward. You could say, I'm looking to improve my public speaking. Or, I'm looking to switch careers next year.
Our next phrase is varied path. Varied path, varied path, varied path. It describes a journey that wasn't simple or straight, with different experiences along the way. You could say, I've had a varied path. I started in sales before moving into design. Or, my career has been a varied path, but every step taught me something.
Our last phrase is main focus. Main focus, main focus, main focus. It describes the most important thing you're currently working on. You could say, my main focus right now is finishing my degree. Or, our main focus this year is expanding into new markets. 5 phrases: background in, based in, looking to, varied path, and main focus. Everything you need to introduce yourself with confidence.
Now it's time to use your English right here. This is Speak with Lily. When your line appears, say it out loud. Use your real voice.
Let's practice introducing yourself. Start with where you are right now.
Good. Now add a little detail about your background.
Nice. You don't need every detail, just the relevant part.
Now tell me what you're looking to do next.
That's it. Present, past, future, all in your own words.
And if you're not sure exactly what you want yet, that's okay too. Just say you're still exploring.
It still sounds confident because you said it clearly.
One more time. Put all 3 parts together in one smooth answer.
That sounded natural.
You just answered one of the hardest questions in English.
So, dear learner, the next time someone says, Tell me about yourself. You don't need to freeze.
Present, past, future. 3 simple parts and you already have a strong answer.
Your story doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs structure.
Take care of your English.
And take care of your story.
This is Henry.
This is Lily.
And you've been listening to Daily English Lab.
Bye for now.